Haji, former Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago bail hearing is going to be given out soon. He was remanded to Luzira prison in a fair condition. In fact, his lawyer, Medad Segona, had this to say. Here's the tape.
Her Worship, the magistrate, the Chief Magistrate has advised that her ruling is not ready. Owing to the sensitivity of the case and all the environment as we see it, she was informed that it is not advisable to come back to court to convey the news that the ruling is not ready. She did not want to gather, especially when the ruling is not ready. So she undertook to deliver the ruling by ICMES within 24 hours. The time we were meeting her in chambers, both sides, she invited us to understand, one, the situation, and two, the so many words that we have used in these proceedings. So she requested us to go and glue ourselves to the computers as we wait for the ruling. This case, the main case, will be mentioned again on 30th June. So even when we do not come back here tomorrow, we will be back on 30th June. That is the information I have a duty to convey. It's not pleasant news to us either. We have only remained brave because we are duty-bound to be brave. Meanwhile, for the Honorable LUKWAGO, the health situation is not any better. It gets worse day by day. This I must mention, because I have mentioned before, there was a German national who was denied bail in Kalangala, and he died. We had the owner who kept telling courts that he was in bad health, and they refused until it was too late. So we have put all this material before court, and we want to trust that court will understand. We have said before that the people who should have been here are not here, and those that are here are not supposed to be here. I said justice is normally slow, but ultimately justice is justice. We shall wait. Thank you very much. Well, what would you expect a coward to do? There are people who have said before that they don't fear the law. The law is feared. At least I fear the law. I know that the Honorable Martha Karua has not been denied entry but detained at the airport and deported. It is not within the community. As a professional, I am deeply concerned that an accused person is entitled to have a lawyer of his or her choice from anywhere. That's why there is room for accreditation. We shall have occasion to address that particular matter. It's a matter that has been taken on by the Law Council, the Law Society of Uganda, and the East African Law Society. It's generally not so much within my province. I would have acted otherwise if I were in authority. I would actually have allowed her to come.
That is Medad Segona. We must understand that it is now a modus operandi of the regime to settle politics by using the criminal justice system and the army. Anyone who believes that Elias Lukwago is going to leave jail now or through bail, he doesn't know how the Ugandan criminal justice system works. I've been here long enough to follow politics. The reason as to why Elias Lukwago was arrested, I don't want to speak about the merits and demerits of the case because I may be charged by sub judice, but he may even stay longer than Kizza Besigye because it is done because of politics. Many political cases, there is no day a court has ever come out to convict a politician when it's a political case. All cases, including Kizza Besigye, has been in jail for the longest, but there is no case there is no court that has ever come out to convict Besigye. It shows you that the state uses the criminal justice system and the police to settle political scores. So even as we wait for bail hearing, I don't think that is going to be a reason as to why Lukwago will leave jail. Even when the judge comes out, which I doubt, to give Elias Lukwago bail, they'll arrest him again. But even that, the case that was put on Lukwago, it is not bailable until maybe 6 months. To show you that even after 6 months, even Kizza Besigye after 6 months was denied bail. A treason case is not bailable. It's not a misdemeanor. Okay? And this should scare all of us. Because if the regime starts conducting itself this way, it can come up to Kawi and also put you in the same file. It can pick anyone and put you in the same file if it doesn't want you. We must get scared when we see the regime using the criminal justice system to frame you and put you on a file. We must be scared. Sometimes even this case can take long, and at the end of the day, the court will dismiss it for the lack of merit. What about the person who has stayed in jail? We still have a long way to go when it comes to matters of law. And what pains me is that these people don't know that every time you influence a political decision or a political battle to make it a legal contest, well knowing you don't have merits, you are building a criminal justice system which not only affects your opponents, but in the later date will even devour the same system you are using. The catalyst of this, don't you know that one day the same system they are building to be so huge to dismantle that it will have to eat some of its people? I know. The perpetrator of the military courts ended up going in the military courts too. Uganda needs a renaissance. After General Museveni is gone, we must be deliberate to build a new constitution, to build new institutions. How can it be that a lawyer who is representing his client is put on the same file because of politics, and the CDF comes out with chest stamp that he had to arrest Lukwago, has been abusing him for a long period of time? It shows you the spirit of the arresting of Lukwago. Sometimes even if a person comes out to tell you a certain word, don't look at the word, look at the spirit. Jesus even said that I'm a Muslim. He said that when someone writes you a letter, don't look at the letter, look at the spirit of the letter. The spirit of arresting Lukwago is because of politics, because the CDF not once, not twice has said that. The spirit of arresting Besigye is politics, because the CDF has ever come out that he's going to hang Dr. Kizza Besigye simultaneously, not once, not twice, not thrice, not what. The same to what's happening to Bobby Wine. So for me, I think Uganda needs a renaissance. Ugandan politics is becoming so crude. To some point, I'm starting to even be scared to speak about these issues. Trust me, the next day it is Lukwago, another day it can be me. Sometimes I fear. And these people perpetuating this, they don't know that they are digging a grave for our own country. Okay? Countries that have failed start like this. And they end up becoming ungovernable because they decided to settle politics by using the military. A military is like ghee. Whenever you put it close to fire, it will melt. When you bring military in politics, the result is coups, dismantling the constitution, fights, wars. Every country which has put the military ahead of the constitution or laws, it has not been safe. And vice versa. The reason why Kenya is the biggest democracy in East Africa, you don't normally see the military engaging in politics. Rarely. I see a general coming out to say, I support this one, I side with this one. Rarely. That's why they don't, even the army doesn't normally enter in a political contest. One word is enough for our eyes. Of course, this is my opinion. Is truly Mr. Makindi, Kavye Sulaiman Mawagali. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I will see you on another one. Peace.